oppo gap timing. My coach in college used to say it to us all the time. So oppo gap timing meant for me as a right-handed hitter, I was timing this pitcher up to drive something to the opposite gap, which was right center field. Didn't mean I was aiming it that way. It didn't mean I was trying to inside out it or push it the other way. But you know, my timing when I was in the batter's box, when I started my load, visualization, I was trying to drive the ball to the opposite field gap. And that for me helped see it deeper, let the ball travel a little bit longer. I was able to stay on it. It kept me through it. Because I think what happens, you see players facing 55 miles an hour and all of a sudden it turns into home run derby, right? We're gonna just try to tee off and the kid's throwing lollipops and then everybody's way out in front. But the issue is that they start at the same time. So then they start, they stop, and then they sit there and wait, and there's that big hesitation in there. So I think visually, you know, timing-wise, those are two good examples, but we're gonna play the three-plate drill that I did with one of our softball players that I love. All right, coaches, we have what's called the three-plate drill here. Okay, you can see on the ground we've got 3 plates, and they progressively get a little bit closer to that coach doing front toss. This is a great drill to work on timing, to work on our rhythm, and for a lot of our players, you'll see when they face faster pitching, they get rushed and they get jumpy. When they face slower pitching, they can't stay back long enough and they're diving out at the ball. So what Sage is gonna do is she's gonna start here at this first plate, she's gonna take 3 swings. This would simulate either a slow pitcher or a pitcher that's throwing a lot of change-ups. Then she's gonna work up to the middle plate and take 3 swings. That would simulate our average pitcher, you know, kind of just average fastballs that we're used to seeing. And then she's gonna slide up to the first plate, the furthest one away, the closest one to the pitcher, and it's gonna simulate somebody throwing really hard. Now for me as a coach, I'm gonna throw the ball or flip the ball at the exact same speed. So nothing's gonna change with my flips, it's just gonna determine whether or not she's getting loaded on time. So get your stance for me real quick, Sage. Now when Sage gets loaded, you're just gonna do your load and freeze. You can see it's nice and controlled. It's just smooth, and she's getting to a good launch position. Now the key is, she wants to repeat that load and keep that rhythm, regardless of what plate she's at, and regardless of how fast the pitcher's throwing. The way we do that is when do we start our load, okay? So do we start when the pitcher first starts moving? Do we wait until that ball's on its way to home plate? Well, it's all gonna determine on the player's windup, the speed of the pitch, and how fast she wants to get going, but we never wanna get rushed. We never wanna get jumpy. We wanna keep that same rhythm, keep that same load and timing, and this is a great drill to simulate that in practice. Right through the middle of the field. Good, one more. Good. Now we're gonna slide up. Good. Awesome. So she just did a really good job there on the fast pitcher. She did a pretty good job at the average pitcher, but you were a little early on the slower run, right? So she's gonna go back to that first plate here. We're gonna do it one more time, and Sage, all I want you to do is start a little bit later. Okay, start a little bit later, and let's really think top of the screen here. Good adjustment right there.